All right, guys, so here we are, third episode of this series on how to build your own website or how I build websites using WordPress. And in this episode, what I want to do is I want to install a theme because the theme that we've got at the moment is the default WordPress theme, which is not the greatest looking theme in the world. Now, for the website that I'm trying to build, aesthetics is not that important because it's a writing website. So the most important thing to think about is that the content is what matters. But I still would like the website to be a little bit more functional than you'll get with the default WordPress theme. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install a theme that I have been researching. It's called Kadence, and it's a free theme, but it has a paid element. But from what I've seen so far, the free element is actually really good. I haven't ever seen a free theme that offers as much customizability as this one does. So let's just get right into it and we'll see what it all does. I'm not going to do too much in this episode, but I basically just want to go over how I'm going to install this theme and my process of actually checking what things are going to work for me on that theme. So let's get into it. Righty, so here on the main dashboard for WordPress, we're going to go into themes. And at the moment, as you can see, we've only got one theme, so we're going to add a new one. And I'm just going to go right to the search bar here and type in Kadence. Kadence has three different themes that they offer for WordPress. So the one that I'm looking for is this one, the main one, which is the standard theme. Okay, so let's install that. Takes a moment or two and then it'll install. And it'll now ask me to activate it. So here we go. We are now activating that theme. Right, so I want to have a look and see what that theme actually looks like when I've stuck it in the default site. So I'm just going to go straight to the website. And let's just do a refresh here because I think we're looking at the wrong thing. No, we're not. Okay, it's fine. So this is pretty much what it looks like before we've started tweaking it. And the tweaking is something that I'll get into in a later episode. But for now, what I'd like to do is just show you how you can actually tweak this theme yourself. But what we're going to do is we're going to import some dummy data from Kadence so that we can see exactly what sort of potential exists with this website. So let's go and have a look at that. So over here, you'll notice that there's a button called Install Kadence Starter Templates. So I'm going to click on that. This could take a while. Also depends on how fast your internet is, which today doesn't seem to be that fast, right? Okay, so we have the option here of choosing the Gutenberg or the Elementor page builder. Now, as I said at the beginning of the series, I want to use Gutenberg because that's the way WordPress is going. And Elementor, I don't have a lot of experience with. I know a lot of people use it, but I also get a lot of people asking me why things in Elementor are failing. And because it's not native to WordPress, Gutenberg is a much better option. So let's go with that. What's happening now is WordPress, or Kadence, I should say, has basically taken me to the template pages. And as you can see, there are a bunch of templates that we can use to pre-populate our new WordPress website with the data and the layout and the basic design that they are using for these for this specific theme. So over here we have a freelance template, and then we have a get income template, web agency, and so on and so forth. I have looked at this already, and I've decided that the one that will probably work best for me is the recipe blog. Now, I'm not actually going to be producing any food. That's just not my thing. But what I want to do is I want to install this. So I'm going to start that now and show you exactly what actually happens. So we have the sample of what this website is going to look like. Now I haven't installed anything yet, so what this is going to ask me to do now is to install either a single page or the full website. There are some required plugins that we'll need to install as well, but we'll get to that in just a moment. So right now I'm going to click on the full site and I'm going to ask it to start importing. The system is now giving you a bit of a heads up warning that it's checking to see what plugins you have installed, and we will probably need to install a couple of plugins here, Kadence blocks and a recipe card blocks by WP Zoom. Probably won't need the latter, but we will go for the former. So let's just let this run. I will cut the video so that you don't have to sit through this, but it takes a few minutes, and once it's done, it's done. There we go, importing, and we're done. Okay, so now we have the demo data installed, and the next step that I want to do is go over here to where the website is on its live side. Just reload and let's see what we've got. So this, now if you take a look at the menu, you'll see that this is now the website that I'm creating, but my website has all of this information that has now been imported through the internet onto my domain name and onto my database. So I've got some sample blog posts that I can have a look at, and I've got the sample homepage layout that I can change at will. So for now, what I want to do is I want to remove the footer credit, which is where it says WordPress theme by Kadence. I'm not going to let that appear on my website. So I'm going to go to the customize option in appearance. And while I'm actually looking at the website, I can change what I want to change. So here we go. I'll move the mouse over to the bottom here, and where I see the little pencil, it will automatically take me to where this is going to change things. So I'm going to change the footer copyright, and I'm just going to take out, you'll see these curly brackets. This is a little short code that WordPress is using to draw information out of the database, and in the database is where it says that this theme is by Kadence. So if I delete that and I now go and have a look at the website, you'll see that it no longer says theme by Kadence. And all I have to do is publish this now. It's published. I'll go and refresh it on the front end, and that should disappear. There we go, it's done. The next thing that I want to take out are these social media icons. They are at the top and at the bottom of the website. I don't need those there. So what I do is I can go and just delete this. This is actually a widget that's been put into the footer. So to remove that, just click on the cross and then republish the website. Refresh this page on the live side, and there we go, they're gone from there. They're still in the top part of the menu here. Now the reason I chose this particular template in Kadence is because it has a sticky menu. Now the sticky menu is what happens is when you're scrolling, you'll see that the menu actually sticks there. Now this theme has a few options where you can make the entire banner be sticky, including this top section. So there's actually 3 different parts to this, and with the free version you're allowed to decide which one you want to make sticky. You can make 1 sticky or all 3 or 2 out of 3. The choice is yours, which is pretty cool for a free theme. So the next thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to change this here. So this is the name of the website, but you'll see that it's actually using a font that is probably being drawn from Google Fonts. I want to change that. So I'm going to click on the arrow and I'm going to go to the design section here, and you'll see that there's this globe icon. I can select the color of that font, but I can also change the font. So I'm going to just change this to something that I'm more familiar with. Verdana works for me. For now, I'll most likely change this at a later stage when I start tinkering a little bit more with the website. And the style, I can choose whether it should be bold or regular, italics, etc., etc. I can also adjust the size, and it's really just a straightforward case of sliding it to the size that you want and putting it in there like that. Okay, I can also transform it, so if I want it to all be capitals or be capitals and lowercase, I can do that too. And the one thing that I wanted to do here is I want to actually change the padding at the bottom here, because once I publish this, if you go and have a look on the live site, and let's just reload again. So this one's not too bad. When I was testing this previously, there was a bit of it shortened the space over here, which is the padding that this piece of information actually has with relationship to the rest of the page. So with padding, what you do is you can actually tell it how much space you want between that part and the text and then the bottom part. So the way that this works with padding is it goes top first, then it goes right side, which is on my side here, but it'll be that side on the screen. Then it will go to the bottom, and then it will go to the other side. So if I change the padding at the top here, if I put in 50 pixels here, you'll notice that it moved it down. I don't want to do that. If I put in 100 pixels here, you see it moved it 100 pixels from the right to the left. Okay, we don't want to do that. But if I wanted to put 60 pixels at the bottom, there it moves it a little bit further up to the top. And that's basically what padding does. All right, I'm not going to go through all of this stuff with you. I would suggest installing the theme on your WordPress installation. Go check it out, test a few things out, see what you like, see what you can adjust, and just enjoy it. Yeah, it's a free theme, and I think it's pretty good for what it is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start tweaking it to my own liking, and when I create the next video, we'll get into a little bit more in-depth on some of the other things that I would do. I'll also review what I've actually done. All right, so until next time, take care.